tuning in.
Hi.
What's her name?
American Whiskey Experience.
There we go. What's your name?
I'm Pete.
Hi, Pete. I'm James.
Okay, good to meet you. Nice to meet
welcome to American Whiskey Experience, as my partner just mentioned.
How's it going?
Hey, we got we're gonna do
a little
two bottles.
A little double barrel action right there.
Double barrel. It's like double play, 2 for 1, whatever you want for the same price. You know, we're not gonna charge you any more for this review.
2 birds for 1 stone, something like that. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's all that.
Right.
But hey, man, honestly, Penelope. We love what they're doing.
Absolutely.
You ask anyone in this area, you know, or across the country, really, at this point, they're saying Penelope is one of the companies you got to definitely, distilleries you got to work with and get bottles with and stuff like that. So I'm going to let you start. I'm going to start pouring. All right, so, and we got 4 glasses, 2 bottles. I love it.
Again, it's a double barrel action from Penelope. These are 2 barrel picks from Wines and More. In Milford. In
Milford, Connecticut,
They went down to pick a barrel, and they had a hard time picking between the 2 of them.
Yeah. So there's a group of them, right? And there was like, let's say there was like 6 or 7 of them, and like 50% said, hey, let's do this one. The other 50% said, hey, let's do this one. And what they do? They came home with 2 bottles. Love it.
Right? Exactly.
That's us. That's us.
Yeah, let's get it all. So these are pretty cool. Pretty cool. So we actually were lucky enough to go to the kind of barrel reveal where they had both barrels available, got to taste both of them. So we both had a hard time picking between either one, and we both ended up getting both.
We both. You walked in saying, I'm going to buy this bottle. I said, I'm going to buy that bottle because we like different ones.
Yep.
And when we walked out of the store, we walked to our cars, we had 2 bottles each.
Exactly.
Go figure.
Okay. So
I love whiskey.
So Penelope barrel strength.
Yeah.
This one here is a Char 5 heavy toast, stored outside and 114 proof.
Yeah.
The one you just poured is a again is barrel strength Char 4 heavy toast, stored inside in conditioned space and 115 proof.
Yeah, and that's the biggest difference between these 2 bottles. Besides like the char level and the storage. The storage is the biggest thing.
Yeah, I think so.
One was stored outside in weather conditions of hot, cold weather in New England and the East Coast, and the other one was in a stored area where it was controlled temperature environment.
Yep.
So you're gonna get definitely some different tastes, I'm sure.
So these
these
are both 4 to 5 years old.
Yeah.
And both are 4 grain.
Yep.
And what else do we have here? And again, but the mash bill is undisclosed.
Right.
And MSRP on these were $65.
Yeah, unbelievable price.
Great price. Great price.
So again, we were lucky to go and sample them, and then decide which bottle we wanted to pick. We picked both bottles and walked away.
So we have the Char 4 on the right and Char 4 on the left, kind of like the bottles.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Yep.
All right.
Char 4, Char 5. Again, 4 to 5 years age. For those following at home, this is batch 67. This is batch, I think it's either S15 or 515.
Something like that.
I'm not sure. Char 4, Char 5, they're both heavy.
Yeah.
Toasted.
Yeah.
I love toasted too. That's another thing too, man. Toasted that's changed the whiskey game, the bourbon game. Really.
No, I think it's pretty cool. It was
adding that toasted to those barrels adds so much more flavor and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Definitely brings out some unique flavor.
Yeah.
But it's funny to see how different these 2 are.
And so you didn't open your bottle. Did you open this one yet?
I did, yeah.
You did, okay. So I didn't open mine since having the sample that we had a couple, 3-4 weeks ago.
So it's kind of interesting.
So this is going to be interesting on which one, because I really, really did love this one.
Yeah, I like them both a lot.
Yeah,
so it was hard to pick,
All right, so we're going with Char 4. This is the one that was inside. Cheers, everyone.
So overall, I think when we looked at when we had the 2 of these, we tasted them. I think this was really sweet. It brought out.
It did. It was more
good.
This one I think had more sweetness and more toasted, that toasted feeling to it on the palate for me. But the nose on this is so pleasant. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean that sweetness comes through. That little bit of toasted oak.
I love the floralness on this.
Floral.
This is a different floral though right now. Yeah.
I think those are all.
This had more sweetness and honey, and I think it still does on the nose.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, just really nice. Let's taste them.
I'll tell you, Corey and the guys really picked a great 2 bottles.
2 bottles.
I'm glad they went back with 2 barrels.
So this is the first time you had it since we tried it at the store?
Yeah, it's been like 3 weeks. I still, my bottle's not open yet.
Did I date it? I didn't. Wow. No. I usually do.
You opened it like the day before, the day after, I believe, right?
Yeah.
I think I went home and I opened up that night.
Yeah.
Mine.
So it's been open for...
And I forgot that. Again, you hear me every time in a video.
You forget.
He always marks his bottles. I always say I'm going to mark my bottle, and then guess what?
I must not have.
Yeah.
Anyway. I mean, again, a lot of the sweetness comes through in the palate.
I get a lot of that butterscotch.
That like Werther's butterscotch.
Yeah. Creaminess.
Yeah, there's some butteriness to it.
Yeah, there is.
Like
Butty creamy, yeah.
Those Werther's have like that, that creamy caramel kind of sweetness to it.
Yeah.
Lingers for a long time. On the back end of the palate, that's when I kind of get, like, when you first put a Werther's in your mouth, and you get that, you feel it in your cheeks, it's just, the sweetness is there. Really good. I mean, just all around it's just
I'm a little disappointed I didn't open my bottle now. I have to sip in this again because now it's been open for a while.
Well, I mean, we haven't tasted the other one yet, but they're so unique in their own way, and both are really, really good. And sometimes, honestly, I'm in the mood for a little bit of the sweeter pour.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I said, obviously, it's had a little bit of the bottle already, so I like it.
I'm gonna stop drinking this one for a little bit. I'm gonna take a little sip of water. Oh, I don't have water. Okay.
You don't?
No, my secretary forgot to give me water. God.
Your assistant?
So, yeah, my assistant.
So now we're gonna hit the.
Yeah. So this one again, pretty much same. Everything's the same. Char level 4. This is 5. It's
stored outside.
Yeah, this one's stored outside. The proof again, we're going from 115, 114. No difference really.
1 point.
1 point. But this one's stored outside. So again, outside with the weather conditions. So it's not in a controlled environment. So.
They're very different.
Yeah. So the nose is totally different on that.
Here, where to me, they're off the hop. There's definitely that oaky presence in the nose. It's even like cherry.
It's not as sweet.
No,
not as sweet, right?
No, they're very different in the nose. But oak presence, cherry wood, even like dark fruit.
Yeah, I'm going dark fruit, cherry wood. I like that. That makes sense to me.
Right?
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, let's go. Cheers.
Cheers.
I love doing these 2 bottles at one time.
Double your pleasure.
We're going to do 3 bottles next. All right, so I think this is a smoother pour. I think this is more balanced and leveled out and even. I think it's a smoother.
Like easier going down smooth?
Yeah, I think it's just balanced better.
I don't know if I'd say that.
So,
I mean, this to me is more.
So it's not sweet on the palate. It's not sweet on the nose. Nope. I'm not getting as much butterscotch. Although I get a little like a light creaminess on it still, buttery, but not compared to anything close to this. No, there's a little hint of it, but it's not the same.
I get more of the, I guess more classic bourbon characteristics. Where, the oak is there. I mean, the cherry I was getting from the nose, I definitely get that. I definitely get some
I get pencil shavings.
Do you?
Yeah, on the nose. I get the cherry wood. I get. I get a little bit of like a dry cocoa. Very faint.
On the back end of the palate, that's when I kind of get some of those earthiness. Cocoa.
Yeah, exactly.
Cocoa's a great one.
Yeah.
Even like ground coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Like those, like black coffee. All that's like those dark, deep flavors.
Yeah.
Come through. They linger on the palate for me. But as far as saying one's smoother or more blended, I think they both have their qualities.
I think this one's a little more spicy at the end for me.
Really?
Yeah. I just took a little sip.
That's interesting.
This one, for me, is smoother.
Okay.
It's definitely a smoother.
Okay.
In my palate, it's totally different. So.
Well,
this one for me is definitely a smoother start and finish.
So I get a little bit more spice, I think, on the Char 5.
Really?
Than I do. Well, I'm gonna go back and take a sip, but I
That's interesting. I wish I had water.
Okay.
System. No. I'm sorry. I'm still getting it. I'm getting a more smoother finish from
the Char 5.
Yeah, from the beginning of the palate to the end.
Okay. I mean, they're both very drinkable. They both drink like 100 proof.
I love both of them.
You know.
But I'm telling you.
Yeah, for me, I get a little.
Yeah, I like. See.
You like them both.
I'm getting more spice on this one.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the Char 4.
At the end, the Char 4 inside. I'm getting more of those butterscotch, the creaminess, the butterness on this one. It's kind of like that butterscotch blonde that we talked about in other ones.
Okay.
But on this one,
no. See, I definitely from the Char 5, I get a little more of the heat on the back end. That's when I get a little bit of spice.
Yeah.
Like that dark cocoa, coffee.
I get the cocoa because I mentioned it. I'm not getting the coffee, but I can see where you. I
understand
what you're saying.
Almost earthy.
It is, yeah. There's earthiness to it for sure on this one. Where this one's not as much.
Both very, very different.
Yeah.
But both very good in their own way.
So what do you think? If you had to choose one bottle to that,
I'm still where I was when we were at the store that day. I couldn't decide which one I like better.
Yeah.
I like them both individually for what they are, and I think sometimes my preference at different times would select either
Oh
one.
yeah. Especially it depends on what your mood you're in.
Yeah.
What you ate the night, for dinner afterwards, what you're having for desserts, when you're hanging out, who you're hanging out with, whatever your palate is. Yeah.
No,
it's a Monday or it's a Thursday, or whatever.
Both very good, and both I believe still available at Wines and More in Milford.
Which is good to know because I think I want to back these up just in case. Because I don't think you're ever going to see something like this again.
Man, I tell you, probably not exactly like this, but
I don't know if they're storing anything outside again.
But Penelope keeps putting out great stuff.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, look how many bottles of Penelope you have on the back shelf. There's like 6.
There's 6 bottles.
Okay.
There are different
plus
those 2.
Yeah.
And those are all from different stores that do store picks. Bev King, Candid. And there's a couple from Penelope too as well that they did their picks in, which is pretty
tough call, man. Tough call. They're both very good.
Tough call. I'm gonna pick one though. If you had to pick one, give me a second. It's so weird that I like the taste and smell of pencil shavings.
You eat pencils as a kid, lead?
I probably did.
I'm sure you did.
Oh, Brantford school system
explains a lot.
Okay, so
you're going Char 5.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with the bottle pick that I opened up originally that I liked.
Okay.
Nothing's changed from the day I sampled it there with the group there. Char 5 outdoor. To me, it's more balanced. It's more leveled out. It's got more flavor to me. This one
4
is a little more spicy at the end. That's all. That's really it. It's a little more obviously sweeter. Yeah.
Without a doubt.
So because of those 2 reasons, I'm definitely going with this one. As if I had to pick a bottle to have every day or to keep in my lineup, it would be this one. But if someone said, "Hey, this is the one you have to have,"
all right.
I would say thank you.
Okay.
I would say thank you. Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah.
Listen, great pick by the guys down in
Winesmore.
In Winesmore. So
gun to my head, I got to pick one.
Yeah, I figured that. Which is fine.
I probably would go with the Char 5.
Really?
I would. Gun to my head. I like them both very much, and I'm glad I picked them both. I'm glad I said, "Hey, I'm going to get both."
Yeah.
Because I think they're both excellent. But to me, the Char 5 has a lot of those classic bourbon characteristics that I like.
Yeah.
And I like that heat and spice, and I like that earthiness comes through. They're both excellent, though.
It is the nose is so different. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that storage unit was like right next to the building. It was pretty close. But the temperature changes.
Between the char level.
Yep.
And the storage.
Yeah.
That's the only difference.
I think the storage is the big key there.
I would think so.
Because New England, obviously the weather 2 degrees one day and then 40 degrees the next day, and then back down to those barrels are changing. I don't know. They might have went in there too and turned the barrels a little bit. I'm sure. So you never know.
And the other cool thing about this,
yeah,
and the day we actually picked these up,
yes,
is we got to meet the owner, Mike Palladini, and we have autographed bottles.
So we do have.
So it's extra cool.
Those are pretty cool. Yeah.
And I was told that because they're autographed, they're worth like 3 times as much.
So we'll sell the empty bottles for about $2,000 each.
Something like that. Yeah.
But you know what though? Talk about,
really cool guy, down to earth.
Like down to earth guy.
Yeah, super friendly.
Fun to talk to, hang out with. Like a guy that you want to pour some whiskey with and just talk about bullshit stuff, sports, politics, whatever.
Cool.
He's a really cool guy.
Yeah. Family owned business.
Yeah. Penelope is, I think, was it their daughter? Or was it?
I don't remember.
I forget what it was. Daughter or dog or something like that. Penelope was the name of the dog or the daughter.
No,
one or the other.
Daughter,
I forget.
Daughter,
was it? Okay.
Daughter. I think firstborn.
Something like that.
I think so.
But again, cool guy to hang out with.
Very cool.
Guy you go to a bar and start drinking with and start talking about stuff like that.
Very down to earth. Cool.
Which was really cool. Yeah. And he we were thankful that he autographed bottles for everybody that went that day. So pretty cool. So. There you go. Right. I'm picking outdoor Char 5, gun to Pete's head. He's going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
But again, you
can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
So check him out. Pick him up. You got some words of the wise for us?
Words of wisdom by James.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Never delay kissing a pretty girl or opening up a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. I think Ernest Hemingway said that. I'll take credit. I'll take credit for it.
Take credit for it.
All right, guys.
Thank you.